Good morning, my fellow day traders, and welcome back to another live trading session, guys. Let's get right into it. Market's about to open up here in 5 seconds. Here's my trade ideas for already posted and what I'm eyeing, which is on Apple and on the SP 500s. So let's get right into it. As you guys heard, the market's already open, so let's see what we can catch today. So guys, SPY is currently above this level that I said on the trade ideas tab to say calls above. It looks great on the 15-minute time frame, which I'll show you guys here later. Now, what I do need with this is within these next 2 minutes is SPY to get a nice close above this level, which is 520.90, which is a 15-minute candle close confirmation above. And then I'll catch a dip entry to the downside for a nice entry of some calls. So I'll let you guys, I'm gonna put on pause for now, wait for this confirmation candle to close above, and we'll enter on a retest. Okay, so here comes a pullback on the 5 minutes, which is what we need. Come on down to the 520.90. All right, guys, so we're gonna get in, even though we're about 30 cents late. I'm gonna put up my parameters and we're just gonna take this, since this is pretty much my trading style as far as a break and retest. Okay guys, so we're printing 10% here, exactly how much we lost yesterday. So again, we don't want to sell here because we already talked about how if we sell here and we'll just be doing a tug of war, there's literally no point of selling here. And we're gonna hold these things for a good minute. So I'm gonna show you guys here, we're up 10% as you guys can see, which is about $35, and we just need these things, guys, to go crazy for the rest of the day. All right, so we just hit 20% here, guys. We just hit 20%. All right, guys, we're gonna sell fast. We're gonna get out here. We're out at 20%. So guys, honestly, we literally sold a little bit too early, but it's totally fine. We at least tripled our losses instead of quadrupled. We tripled our losses because yesterday we lost $25 and today we're up over 62. But look at these things. These things going crazy right now as we speak. And we literally traded exactly our trade plan. We did exactly what we said we would, and we did it, guys. This is what I'm talking about. So I want to show you guys something before we hop into how I even spotted this trade, because you guys need to understand, I did something very simple, a very simple break and retest on the 5-minute time frame after we got the confirmation of that 15-minute confirmation breakout. Like I always said, and this is literally backing up with my strategy. I dropped a whole video breakdown on how I use the 15-minute candle confirmation as a confirmation candle for the breakout. Then I hop on the lower time frame like the 5 minutes to enter in on a retest. Guys, look at how simple this is. Look at how market holds this zone support here, breaks above, which initially I even said in my trade ideas tab, which we're about to go over in a second, that you can take calls above this level here. Or if you missed that, you can take calls above pre-market high, which is at 520.90. Guys, we were watching in the Discord, this happened, the push. And I even said it in the live trade, don't worry. Most people are probably having FOMO or chasing or wanting to get in, and I do too. I want to get in, but I'm identifying where I can enter in for an entry. Now you guys saw me enter in a little bit early, about 40 cents away from the initial actual entry. I just wasn't sure if we're gonna actually get all the way down to this retest. But in this case, we actually did end up getting in on the retest, and maybe could have, would have, should have bought more. That's what I'm analyzing now, looking back. But now you guys can see a very simple breakout of these levels, pull back for a small retest where the contracts went to 333, enter in. Then guys, all we had to do was do our absolute best to hold. And I did sell for a nice 20% gain. Then it went up for at least 30% because these contracts went well over $100. And currently right now, as we speak, they're well over $100 too. So again, guys, that's how we trade. Now let's dissect our trade plan. Because at 5:58 a.m., 30 minutes before the market even opens, I said, here's my SPY price action read on the 1 hour. It's currently doing a retest, which you guys can see here. At the moment, it was doing a breakout to the downside, retesting this general area. And that's why I said a break and retest is in process. So ideally, I was actually looking for puts below 515.83, which is this little white level right here. But I also said, look, I have call levels. I always have call levels. I'm not sticking to a bias. Calls above 520.33. Whoops. Calls above 520.30, which is that zone right there. More levels for calls is 520.90, which is what we took. And also calls above 521.70. So I provide you put levels and call levels. I say with my analysis, overall, I'm waiting for this hourly to see if it rejects for a massive put position. I also gave you guys Apple, but doesn't really matter. But at 6:41, 4 minutes before the 15-minute candle officially closes, I put out and I say SPY, because SPY is currently breaking above these levels at the moment. Now, all of our attention is in the trade zone, but you can see I do update you guys with how it ended up, and you guys can see these things ended up printing, guys, very simply. Now let's break it down how you could enter this with me as well, or how you could have used that to your advantage, the levels I provided. So here's the 15-minute time frame, guys. You guys can see very simply, these are the levels that I provided at open, and this is where I like to start at, because the gray area is the pre-market, the black area is the open market. So again, In the pre-market, you can see this candle here is before market even opens. We're right here inside this zone, very close to pre-market high, but also we're right at this area where I say you can take calls above this zone right here, which is 520.29 or 520.30. So again, 15-minute gets the first official candle breakout here, guys. This is where you want to be looking at for a candle breakout. This is the confirmation, and this is the first piece of the sauce of what I teach. Official 15-minute candle breakout. I'm not using no EMAs, I'm not using no SMAs, I'm not using no VWAP, RSI, MACD. I'm literally simply using candlesticks, simple support and resistance levels, and a break and retest strategy for my entry. So again, then we get a strong breakout candle here. Boom, breakout. Pull back to this general area, which is the retest, which is then where you hop on a 5-minute time frame after you get the 15-minute candle breakout, which is the first 3 5-minute candles, 5, 10, 15. Then I waited 10 minutes for the retest. Boom, got the retest. Guys, that's how simple my strategy is, and you can learn it practically anywhere. But to be honest, I feel like nobody goes over it in depth the way I do because I love trading candles. I love using very simple, strategic, specific support levels, resistance levels, as well as even simply using simple levels like pre-market highs, pre-market lows, and just very simple breakouts, guys. It's very simple. I'm not out here telling you that you have to wait for this confirmation, this contradiction, this convergence, divergence, then you enter. No. It's very simply just a breakout, entering on a retest, break and retest strategy. Higher lows, lower high, capture the low. Buy low, sell high, guys. Literally, I don't enter up here. This is where everybody enters, up here. I enter down here on the retest, where people would probably tell you, oh, this is gonna sell off. The most risky entry. That's how simple it is, guys. So we're gonna transition over to our phone and let's wrap it up. Now, looking back at the market, as always, I'm still just testing out the way I specifically enter on these contracts and which contracts I choose, which is why I'm not entering 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 more than what I have. But to be honest, I think very soon I'm gonna start entering 2 contracts, 3 contracts, because what I just made, and if had I bought 2 would be 120, had I bought 3 would be 180, and so on and so forth. Of course, it's just trusting the process or scaling in, and you guys can see that I do make some good profits off my TradeZella reports, showing you guys consistently my profits, and also you guys can see every single time, practically every single week we end profitable. Besides, there are some couple weeks where we don't, just like this first week of December, the first week of January. There are times where I remember where it was a struggle to get past certain specific weeks during the choppiness, during the news pack weeks. But honestly, as of lately, market has been treating me pretty nicely. And with everything going on, guys, I hope you guys have been killing it. And I hope you guys have been learning from these videos. And sorry, I lost my voice from speaking so much, recording these videos. And I'm even about to record another video right after this, going over how I can trade, how I traded this. We're gonna paper trade it on the Trading View replay, and we're gonna go over how you guys could have caught this too as well. So be on the lookout for that. Very simple breakdown, and I hope to see you guys in there. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Whoa. We almost forgot to add in our trade sale after we just updated our gains tab, guys. And check this out. One thing I want to show you guys, if you guys go in our gains tab in our Discord, you guys see I actually do update my trade sale practically every single week. Obviously not every single day because that would be annoying, but you guys can see every single day we do update our trade sale. Also, we show you guys here as well. I almost forgot. My favorite thing to look at always is the daily net cumulative P&L. Of course, as per usual, and again, it's consistent on the climb. So with all that being said, guys, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're dealing with. Currently just up only $37 this week, and of course, this could have definitely been a lot better, actually, at least $100. So this could have been at least an extra 40, which would put me over 70 on the week. So of course, things even I had to learn, but either way, we're still always ending up profitable. We're up over $400 on the month, and I at least appreciate that we're consistently making gains. Anyways, have a great rest of your guys' day. Catch you guys later, and have a good day.